Our lead story tonight, well, the floor test in the Maharashtra Assembly turned into a show of strength for the new Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. He won easily with 164 votes, only 99 for the Uddhav Thackeray faction and for the MVX government. He also announced a major cut in the taxes for petrol and diesel in line with other BJP-ruled states. Today, he also got emotional and broke down his victory speech as he recalled his two children who died many years ago in an accident. This, he said, almost got him to quit politics, but he stayed on because of Bala Sahib and another Shiv Sena leader, and today he was on Chief Minister. And in another blow, on camera, an MLA who cried for Uddhav Thackeray just the other day, today switched to Shinde. And many Congress MLAs, including the ex-Chief Minister Ashok Chavan, stayed away from voting today. NCP MLAs also stayed away. Aditya Thackeray voted against Shinde and he may now face disqualification by the new BJP speaker for violating the Chief Minister's Shiv Sena whip. Meanwhile, Fadnavis on the opposition ED Bab said yes, it's an ED Sarkar of Eknath and Devendra.
In a turbulent 14 days, Eknath Shinde, with 40 Sena MLAs and the backing of the BJP's over 100 MLAs, sailed through the floor test in the State Assembly this morning.
अनुकूल सदस्यांची संख्या 164 इतकी आहे.
With 164 MLAs voting for him, as opposed to just 99 for the earlier Uddhav Thackeray-led coalition government. An emotional Shinde broke down while talking about the death of his two children who died in an accident. He mentioned that was a time he wanted to quit politics, but was persuaded not to by his mentor and Sena stalwart Anand Dighe and Bal Thackeray.
माझी दोन मुलं माझ्या डोळ्यासमोरून गेली. त्यावेळेस मला आधार दिला आनंद दिघे साहेबांनी मला आधार दिला.
The 58-year-old Chief Minister, who was once an auto rickshaw driver and a four-time MLA from Thane district, hit back at the jibes against him, likening it to the Chaiwala jibe against the Prime Minister. He also spoke of how Hindutva remains at his Sena's core, though he said everyone in Maharashtra will be treated equally.
इस राज्य में सभी जाति पाति के लोग हैं, उनको लगना चाहिए ये राज्य हमारा है, ये आम जनता का राज्य है, ये पब्लिक का राज्य है. ऐसा हम लोग करेंगे.
For Devendra Fadnavis, now Deputy Chief Minister, a time to rub in the political advantage, in spite of his demotion, and to respond to the opposition's charges of the Enforcement Directorate helping the BJP form government.
इकडच्या लोकांवर ईडी ओरडत होते. हे खरंच आहे. ही मंडळी ईडीमुळेच आली आहे. फक्त ती ईडी म्हणजे एकनाथ आणि देवेंद्र आहे.
आदित्य रश्मी उद्धव ठाकरे.
In an ironic twist, ex-minister Aditya Thackeray may now face action for voting against the party whip issued by the Sena Legislative Party head, recognized by the speaker on the floor of the House. The Uddhav Thackeray faction rushed to the Supreme Court asking the court to restrain the speaker from intervening in the status quo ordered by the court, but even that will be heard only next Monday.
हमारे विप का जो भी उल्लंघन जिन्होंने किया है उन पे कार्रवाई तो होगी. जो भाग के गए हैं उनको तो शिवसेना खत्म करनी है और ये शिवसेना कभी खत्म हो नहीं सकती, कभी होगी नहीं. जब वो अपने अपने चुनाव क्षेत्र में जाएंगे और मतदाताओं से मिलेंगे तब उनको पता चलेगा कि जो मतदाता है उनका मन सच में कहाँ है, दिल सच में.
But in bad news for the Uddhav Thackeray faction, more MLAs defecting. One who even cried on camera in his support just a few days ago. Today he switched over to the Shinde camp. 10 Congress MLAs and 8 NCP MLAs, including former Chief Minister Ashok Chavan and Mumbai Youth Congress President Zishan Siddiqui, stayed away today, citing various excuses like not being allowed to enter as they were a little late. Shinde's references to Narendra Modi and Amit Shah in his speech is significant, establishing a mutually beneficial relationship. Sources in the BJP say having a tall Maratha leader as CM will have a two-pronged advantage: consolidate the Shiv Sena around Mr. Shinde and send out a message to the constituents that the BJP did not want to install its own CM.
मोदी साहेब मला म्हणाले शपथ घ्यायच्या आधी, बोले एकनाथ जी अच्छा काम करो, ये राज्य को आगे बढ़ाओ, ये राज्य को प्रगति पथ पे लेके जाओ. आणि अमित शाह साहेब की म्हणाले ये हम लोग तो पुराने मित्र है, शिवसेना भाजपा युति पहले से है, आप चिंता मत करो, आपके पीछे हम चट्टान की तरह खड़े हैं.
As Shiv Sena rebel and now Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde started speaking in the assembly, Uddhav Thackeray arrived here at the Sena Bhavan to hold a meeting with party functionaries on the way forward to save his party, which is seeing its biggest crisis ever. But inside the assembly, Eknath Shinde, while speaking on the floor of the house, made several references to his deputy, Devendra Fadnavis, who was sitting next to him. And political analysts say the imagery suggests that the BJP plans to use Eknath Shinde, a Maratha face in the state of Maharashtra, to further consolidate its Hindutva base. In Mumbai with Sohit Mishra and camera person Praveen Ji Rohit, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
Let's go across now live to Saurabh, who is at Matoshri, that of course the iconic residence of Bal Thackeray, where Uddhav Thackeray is currently holding a meeting. Now, in a sense, Saurabh, the options running out there for Uddhav Thackeray, with Chief Minister Shinde establishing his majority easily and currently also visiting the B.R. Ambedkar Memorial. He's scheduled to go to Shivaji Park, then a victory rally in Thane. So in that sense, it's the government today and looking at the Shiv Sena, the party control next.
Yes, and this is of course, like we were saying, a crisis unbelievable for the Shiv Sena, because at this point it's about the Sena's survival and the survival of the Thackeray legacy in the hands of the Thackerays. And that's what this meeting is about. You see the remaining Sena MLAs are still here at Uddhav Thackeray's residence meeting him, because yes, at this point the Thackerays will have to struggle to bring back the party with majority of the MLAs having switched over to Shinde, and with power in Eknath Shinde's hands, you can expect more defections in the days to come, which is of course going to be a challenge. But like Aditya Thackeray was saying today, we heard in that soundbite that he says the Sena can never be finished. This is of course a ploy to finish the Sena at the behest of the BJP. But having said all of that, Eknath Shinde has got the majority. He's established himself as a chief minister with a majority on the floor of the house. And now, of course, he'll make an aim to take control of the party, which Uddhav Thackeray is trying to avoid and fight.
After Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray also saying there that hold midterm elections and then I'll defeat you there. Now, that may be bravado, but the point being that as of now, the BMC elections are going to be the next big test, and also the fact that how many MPs of the Shiv Sena are on which side. What is the latest we have on that?
Well, yes, now, of course, given that the situation that has unfolded with the MLAs, one really can't be sure about how many MPs are with Eknath Shinde, though we definitely know, to begin with, his son, who's also an MP, Dr. Shrikant Shinde, is with Eknath Shinde, and there are others as well from that region who are considered close to Eknath Shinde, who might actually join the Eknath Shinde camp. But like I said, having taken power in Maharashtra, you can expect more defections also amongst MPs, and the BMC elections are crucial. The Sena has been in power for years now. It's the crux of the Sena's power, and that is of course something that the Uddhav Thackeray-led Sena and the Eknath Shinde-led Sena, whoever it is who is in control of the Sena, as this battle is in the courts, will have to now look at, because clearly fighting the BMC elections is going to be a tough task for the Sena, which at the moment seems broken.